Being an advocate means that you're somebody who's actually willing to stand up and do something about an issue that you really care about. And it's a hard thing. You know, a lot of us, we see things that we feel are wrong or unjust that need to be changed, but it's a big leap to actually being the person who is that change. For me, this started when I was really young, when our yard was being sprayed with DDT and I saw all these caterpillars falling out of the trees and dying, and I used to wash them in my kiddie pool and try to save their lives. So I've just always had this urge to fix something if I possibly can. But I didn't really know how to go about that in a constructive way. Obviously, my caterpillars had a pretty high mortality rate, and so even as a 9-year-old, I knew that there were things I needed to learn in order to do my part in making the world a better place. You may know me as the filmmaker behind the documentary film Two Angry Moms. It's a movie about school food and what we need to know and do to create sustainable school food systems. And as a sequel to that movie, I wrote the book Lunch Wars: How to Start a School Food Revolution and Win the Battle for Our Children's Health. And in researching that book, I had the good fortune to attend the Connecting for Change conference sponsored by the Marion Institute up in New Bedford, Massachusetts. And at that conference, there were 7 inspirational keynote speakers who were all nationally renowned environmental advocates, social justice advocates, and I got to interview them. And these 7 interviews became the basis for the chapter in the book about advocacy, and it's become one of the chapters that I most often refer people to when they ask me how to get started as a school food advocate. It's also become one of my favorite chapters because these 7 people were so inspiring.
Every person has that turnover point when they're not afraid to act anymore. And I knew that when problems presented themselves, we were supposed to step up and tackle them. That's what I was taught to do.
If you do enough meetings, if you meet enough people, you will find the ones who want to get behind you.
I have made every mistake in the book.
I became like a missionary, basically accosting people on the street to show them my latest chart and data and tell them about all the compelling information.
The way we power our bodies and the way we power our buildings and our machines and our engines can be changed really right now.
My passion for working with people that are kept down was that desire to help them be liberated so that they could find their own voice.
As I come back to these 7 interviews, which were conveniently filmed against a green screen, I realize that there's more that we can do with this material. It's just so powerful, I think it's the basis for its own film on advocacy. What we still need to do is spend a day filming with each of them to learn more about their background and about the cause and about where they are now and where they want to go with their advocacy. So whether your cause is helping your kids deal with the schoolyard bully, lobbying to save an endangered species, seeking social justice for a persecuted minority, or fighting to save the planet from climate change, you need to know how to go from adversary to advocate. You need to understand where activism leaves off and advocacy kicks in so that you can win people over to your cause. Being the Change is the film that will show you how to do that. And that's why I'm asking you to please be your most generous self and contribute to our Kickstarter campaign. We need you to help us do this by sharing this link with your friends on Facebook, email, Twitter, any way that you can reach out to other people, because it's an all or nothing campaign and we really need you to help us get this film made. Thank you.